looking too bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Just like really having a good time.
This guy's not even supposed to use pyre, is he? Dude, honestly, bro, I swear, like, this wasn't even a crazy game. Like,
What's up, YouTube? This is my end game guide for Devastation Evoker. I've been playing this spec on beta for about 2 months, and when it first came out, it was absolutely terrible. There was no defensives. Well, you had them, but they didn't really do much. But ever since their revamp to their defensives, I've been playing it a ton, and I've been having a great time with it. I would definitely say that it is viable. You can do it, but like the kind of the spec tooltip says, advanced. I mean, kind of is. With the 25-yard range, with what your limitations are in that regard, and so it really does challenge you to play top tier gameplay in arena as a specialization. So I've crunched all the numbers. I've ran all of the spreadsheets, to my congressman, and here is what I have for you guys. So, I'm just gonna get right into it. So, for a good foundation, and I'll put my little plug here too, so you guys can catch me streaming, which I'm gonna do more of when Dragonflight launches. And so, I'm gonna go over the spec for your gear and your talents. Okay. And so I have crunched all the numbers. I've tested everything. I've tested haste, mastery. I've tested it all for hours for the last like 3 days, like in a row, just to see what is really the most optimal. And so we'll start with gear. Okay. So gear, we got another tier set. These things, Blizzard just doesn't want to get away from it. I'm not sure why, but it's okay. So just to go over the set, when you press an empowered spell at any rank, you get 5% crit chance, and then also a chance to get Bloodlust for 6 seconds without causing exhaustion. And this procs in arena. All right. And so I have the 5 set. I have the full 5 set for the reason of having crit chance at 14 and versatility at 19. And when you start hitting a dummy or you're playing in arena, this goes up by 1%. So you'll see when I go and start hitting this dummy, the arena dummy, you'll see what happens to my stats. Okay. So 50% and 20%, right? So when you use an empowered spell, right, at any rank, this jumps up to 20. This is what you want. You want a 1 in 5 chance to crit on your spells, right? That's the whole reason why I do it this way. Now I've tested haste verse. I have a build called No Dying, okay, which is 31% verse, but then lower on the mastery for 54%. And I've tested this extensively. I've tested the full damage burst rotation, just a consistent damage rotation, and I found that yes, you do survive more in arena because of the versatility, but your damage is really lacking. I've crunched all the numbers. I've gotten to 30% of versatility with this setup here, and I don't even believe I have a 2 set on this setup. But my final build is the 5 set, and we're gonna go with. You'll see that this is strange to you. Maybe there's 3 sockets in here, and these are mastery and a primary mastery primary stat mastery. So, and this will go deep into professions, which I'm gonna warn you right now is very deep. So, not too much on that, but it is deep and it will annoy you. So, but for the rest of my gear, outside of my 5 set, is going to be verse mastery in any piece that I can find it. So if I can't find it, then I've replaced it with something else. Like this is from the vendor from the raid. So this is a verse mastery, and I'm putting this over this crit verse or haste verse. I want verse mastery. More 5 set. This is PvP vendor versus mastery, PvP vendor versus mastery, and then this is a crafted. So I've crafted this. You can pick the stats. So obviously I picked first mastery and then stacked it up with mastery. Also, you have this little, it says equip, greatly improves your gear. And then over 90% health, you have 192 mastery. Now, it might be bugged right now, the tooltip, because it says it gives me 0. But I essentially would have a little bit more mastery. And then on-use trinket, and then regular trinket. For weapons, I didn't see in the PvP vendor a verse mastery weapon. There's a haste mastery weapon from the raid, but I still want verse mastery. And then the enchant on this is Sophic Devotion, which is a primary main stat proc. All right, so that's the gear. For talents, now, you're probably wondering, is the one-shot build still possible? I was doing crazy damage in pre-patch and solo shuffle hitting people for 95,000. Can I still do that? And the answer is yes. You can still do that. However, it is less of a chance that it's going to happen in Arena, specifically because people will see it coming. They will try to use things. Venruki even shadow melded my Tip the Scales Fire Breath yesterday, which I'll have a clip for you in the later on in this video. So it's not guaranteed. It's not, run up, Shattering Star, Dragon's Rage, Tip the Scales Fire Breath one shot. It's not like that. You will have those opportunities to make that happen, but that thing is not like just the one all be all. So yeah. So here's my talents, and this is after I went into Trill TKO's chat. This is like Thanksgiving night. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I wasn't home because I was with family, and I was going back and forth with him in his chat about different builds, and I saw one of them that he was running, which I tried myself and then built upon that. So this is something that, and again, I want to preface this by saying that this is the first version of the spec that we're seeing on live, like in the final version. When Demon Hunter came out for the first time, when DK came out for the first time, it looked a little wonky, but they changed over time. So this is, I'm happy with the baseline that they made, and I'm just excited for what's going to come in the future, for how they improve upon this spec. And so I'll go over quickly the talents, some of the ones that you really haven't had access to in the beta. But here is the idea. The idea is that you use this fancy little tool called Scarlet Adaptation. Okay. And what this does is that when you take damage, okay, and I hit the dummy so that I can get my my PvP stats up, right? So I heal. Okay. And so this stores that healing into damage for my next living flame. Okay. And that's going to be important in a little bit. And so continuing on with the talent in the tree. So for me personally, I really like essence regeneration. I think it's required. I feel like in Arena, I'm very starved for essence. So this is really nice just to have passively. Also, I like to break ankles with the recall because I can strafe in and just, get back to where I was and, juke some people. We're going down here to renewing blaze. And then sometimes I can take this out. This is reduces the cooldown by 30 seconds. I can take that out. I can plug and play Unravel and Oppressing Roar. But right now, to me personally, Unravel just doesn't do enough to make it worth it. Even though this is only 20% effective in Arena, it's still better overall than Unravel. And then this is not really getting any use, not even for the slow. But then I take Time Spiral. I personally believe that this is required. You're going to be fighting a lot of melee. There's a lot of Demon Hunters out there, and there will be times where you need to use this to reset your hover. This talent, Twin Guardian, is one of my favorites. In a couple of clips later on, you'll see me like grip a leg sweep, to shield my teammate. I grabbed Lone Tar out of a sweep yesterday, like some sick plays that can be made, and you shield them, and you can go pretty far too, as you'll see later on in the clips. But take Sleepwalk, and if I were to plug and play some of these, and you didn't want the recall, you could do something like this, put those 3 here, if you wanted to, just for the extra damage and healing. But 6% is not that big to me. But maybe, you really need to zoom and get away from melee, I don't take the stam. Sometimes I do put those points in here because I'm fighting like an Ellie Shaman or something. And then I'll do something like this where I take, one in here. It doesn't matter. Like, you plug and play. But this is the baseline that you have. And, you know, just for that side. For this side, we found, when I say we, I'm talking about Trill and I, that were discussing it in his chat back and forth at 3:30 in the morning. And this build is based around Feed the Flames. So you want to essentially stack this up with your Burnout from Fire Breath, and we're looking for procs, okay? And so this is another one for Engulfing Blaze. This is really important for increased damage and healing. Spellweaver's Dominance, very important. And then I have 1 point left over, which was this one, and I was trying to test out which was going to be better, but honestly, I tested it, and Charge Blast was actually doing big damage. And this is nice because it's a passive stacking up, and it gives you another damage option in Arena, and it's just quite nice, honestly. And so because I've tested it all, and I truly feel like this is a viable build, and it'll help you. It'll be useful to you outside of your quote unquote one shot. For PvP talents, Chrono Loop is something that is there is room for how to really best utilize this talent, because in the beta, yeah, you do your one shot rotation, then they just don't die and they're 5%, and then you chrono loop them, and then you time your eternity surge for when they go back, and that's great and everything, but it just doesn't go down like that in the end game. I would say that this ability is best reserved for like crazy mind games, like you put it on somebody when they're on top of you, and then you use a gap closer to get away, and then they just get yanked back on the loop, stuff like that. I mean, it definitely has its purpose, if you try to one shot somebody and they don't die, and then you do that whole thing. But I would say that it's just less it occurs less often in endgame. Scouring Flame, very good. You want to use this to purge like Druid Hots and stuff. Time Stop has saved me a ton of times. I can time stop the hunt, which is really nice to do. And my teammates, if they get locked out and they're like 5% or 10% HP, that's also something that you do. Swoop Up, another talent that we've seen like Sidu and Venruki use a lot to take enemies and put them in where you want them, which is really cool. And then Nullifying Shroud, which is just something that's going to get nerfed eventually. But for right now, it gives you 3 full loss control effects. It's like a spell, a warden, if you will, preventing them. Crippling Force is nice against melee cleaves, and I have used it, and it has given me the space to get away and gain some distance. Precognition never gets used. Like it just doesn't. You're not faking a Fire Breath. You're not faking an Eternity Surge. Like you're not faking Living Flames. Your casts are so long, and we're not even going to be ever hard casting Living Flame in Arena, so this just doesn't get any use. And then never take this talent off or Burn and Flight, so you can never get slowed. And then you can change this out sometimes, but I generally like to keep it on just because it's nice to have that. So for like, I keep these 2 baseline, and then I'll plug and play like Nullifying or Time Stop, or I mean, more oftentimes than not, I'm doing Scouring Flame for the purge on it. All right, so let's go into your rotation, what the build does for you as far as your damage. So again, the key is Scarlet Adaptation. And what you're looking to do is you're fishing for procs or instant living flame procs from your fire breath ticks. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. So my buff has run out, so I'm gonna have to get another one. So I'm gonna have to yeet myself, get my PvP stats, heal myself. All right, we got it to 14,495, and you'll see in the tooltip it says 14,495, but let's go over here and we'll show you what you're looking for. So yes, you have your normal damage rotation, your Swifty, if you will, where, you know, Shattering Star, Dragon's Rage on use Trinket, Eternity Surge. Tip, yep, there it is. Tip with Fire Breath, big crits, right? Big damage. This is the burnout proc, right? You can ship that 100k, boom, right? And then this is nice because I got the Charge Blast up, boom, with the on use. It's not that bad damage, really, right? So that's, you know, your standard Swifty burst rotation, right? And then this is the on use. I'm sorry, it's the proc chance for the primary stat, right? So yes, that does work, and as you saw, it does big damage. You know, let's see what it did, 218 or whatever it was, right? Sometimes these the details things is a little skewed. You do so much damage that it doesn't even recognize it sometimes. But you saw the number come up on the screen, like it was like 218 or something like that, right? So, all right, again, yeet ourselves. All right, PvP stats. Cool, got it. And so, while that is your, you know, your burst rotation that you're used to, we'll go into what do you do outside of that. So right now my stuff is it's on, you know, it's on cooldown. And so what you're looking to do is get a Fire Breath out on a 1 stack, okay? And boom, here's a burnout proc, right? So I can Shattering Star and, you know, boom, send it out, 119, right? It's just instant, and you can use it on it for a heal for your teammate, right? And I'll show you another kicker with that spell. So yeah, I only did it with a 1 stack, right? And it'll spread with Leaping Flames talent. See? So Leaping Flames. So per empowerment level, it'll spread, right? So if you're looking for, let's just do for a 1 stack right now. So now we're going to be farming. Big damage. I'm really looking for another burnout proc if I can get it, because when this is at 4 stacks, it can really, like, seriously do like 250. I've seen it do. All right, so I got one. Here it is. Okay. For the 4 stack, big damage, dude. 200. Right? Like, that is very significant outside of your windows, right? Like, that is very nice to have. And you know, you can also combo that with your empowered ability, because you get the 5% crit chance on it. It's just really nice to have, and it's a good tool for consistent and sustained damage outside of your big Swifty one-shot. So this is the build again. It's Scarlet Adaptation. And, you know, this happens to you all the time where you're fighting people, you're taking some damage, you know, you gotta get away, heal yourself, you know, Verdant Embrace yourself, boom, healing, and then you'll stack that back up, right? And so now you have that energy stored again. And so you just keep rotating that as you go throughout the match, and you'll see that it is going to be significant. Oh, somebody healed me. Unlucky. But yep, that is the idea. And every time that you do something like that, you always want to combo it with Shattering Star, Empowerment ability for the buff, 5% the whole time. This is just insane damage with this talent scintillation, man. Like, I've tested this one specifically for Eye Infinity versus Causality, which is this one reduces the cooldown of Eternity Surge. But I found that, again, like I'm so starved for Essence in Arena that it's just super nice to have that extra regeneration where I can get it. You know, plus it's not like super important that I have this being launched as early and as often as possible. The one thing that I will say that you absolutely need is Eternity Span, which does Shattering Star hits twice as many targets. Now I'll show you what it looks like when there is no when you don't have this talent. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just spam Disintegrate until I find a proc. See how it only went on one target? See, it's one target, the extra right here from Scintillation. When I have this, it will do twice as many targets. So I'm gonna wait for a Scintillation proc. You need to target something first, apparently. Okay. Boom, 2 targets. See that? It's just so much more damage on it. It's so very nice to have it be that way. And it does spread pressure, so you're not very single target focused. The best thing that can ever happen to you in Arena is like the 3 enemies, they just all group up. It is go time. Leroy Jenkins when that happens. Like, and I have a ton of clips for that for you guys later on. But let me look at my little list here, make sure my checklist I leave anything out. Went over gear, went over stats, went over enchants, talents, and the play. All right, so I can talk a little bit about the play style. So what does it look like? In a 3v3 setting, essentially, like I just said, you want to look for opportunities that like people are grouped up and then do big swifty combo stuff with that. So for me, that would look like something like this. 3 people grouped up, right? Root everything. You can, Dragon Rage, just do drive-by. Shattering Star, Eternity Surge, Hip Scales Fire Breath, big 308 damage, doing big things. And I got a proc on this too. So much damage. So much damage. And then my Charge Blast is coming up too. Still huge amounts of damage. Just insane. That's why you take Eternity Span right there. Boom, just hitting multiple targets. So like doing consistent 95k DPS. It's just so much damage. And look at my Living Flame damage too. Like that's on the instant cast proc. And so, again, when you're not in those windows for your burst, you're just doing something like this. You're getting, you're farming burnout procs. And you're cutting around. I got a main stat proc. Or I'm looking for one. Burnout proc any day now. There's one. So, and we can actually really, really, really combo this because we got it late. Because we have Fire Breath coming up. I can probably fit it in here. Oh, I can do it. Boom. On the 4 stack. So very nice to have. And then again, Shattering Star, Eternity Surge, Charge Blast for the damage increase. It does insane amount of damage. The only thing that this spec is really lacking is a little bit more defensive. This is why I started to really theory craft with my no dying build. I even went BM, because just demon hunters, even with crippling force, man, they have permanent uptime on you, man. It doesn't matter what you're doing. They're still, I don't know what their dash, I don't play demon hunter, but their dash CD must be like, I don't know, 5 seconds because it's always up. So like you'll never be able to cut a demon hunter, but yeah, that is my full-on end game guide for the foundation, for gear, talents, playstyle, and all that. I'm gonna put some clips of me playing against some multi-rank ones, some BlizzCon winners with and against, because you know we're playing solo shuffle at the highest rating on beta, and I'm really excited for Dragonflight tomorrow. I'm gonna start streaming on my channel, so if you want to come by and say hi, it's JD_you dig. If you did like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot of Evoker content because I've absolutely fallen in love with this class, and I'm just having a great time on it. And it's, you know, people know me normally for being a mage player, but I've just had so much fun, and this is like new to me. I'm exploring it, and I'm just having an absolute blast, and I'm gonna be doing more of it. So that is all I have for now, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, here we go. Anybody notable in here? Oh, baby, we got Finn Rookie, I think, right? Yes, dude. All right, focus up, man. Sheesh. All right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Look for the group up. Nice, big strafe. Leroy Jenkins, damn, 270. Sheesh. Shooting star here. Dragon Rage. Big down. Oh my god, I wasn't even looking at that guy. Abrua. Whew, welcome back, dude. Sorry about that. Welcome back, my dude. I was like, Arms Warrior, Rio's gotta be up in here right now. Sheesh! That's a lot of damages. God damn.
Oh, he just got one-shotted. Okay, buddy. Okay. It wasn't even me.
Yo, we are having quite the day, man. We got Born Good now. Holy shit. Oh my god. Who else is in this lobby? These are the people. I know. Born Good, though. Born Daddy. Sheesh. Alright, trying not to get nervous. Such a sexy man up in here right now. Big damn!